I'm sure TikTok was probably punishing for the loss of consistency as well.
I was going to say probably would give you some sort of punishment, didn't they?
Yeah. Guys, welcome to the live. Sam and I are here to talk about Amazon FBA. We are back, baby. We're back. How are you doing, Sam?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Tired, but very good. Yeah, very good. Oh.
Perfect. Good. Right. Just sort my bits out.
Just going to let our community members know that we are live. And I'm going to whack on a clicker. Yeah, I was just saying to Sam that right before going live, I ran downstairs to see if my missus was okay. Was feeling very wobbly and very tired, and I couldn't figure out why. And I realized I went to the gym this morning, and I was so sleep deprived, I forgot to eat breakfast. So that would explain why I was feeling so out of sorts.
How is the sleep been going?
It just doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Pretty much, yeah. Unfortunately, that is how it is.
No, to be fair, my missus is being good as gold, and she's obviously both of us being zombies doesn't make sense. And if I have to work, I have to try and sleep. But you know, whenever the baby cries, I wake up as well. So
yeah, I always move myself to the spare room, and I don't have to listen to it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that for the first few weeks, but I think I'm probably going to start doing it soon.
It makes life a lot easier, trust me.
I bet it does. So Amazon update, Sam, you said last time, but just in case anyone missed it, you had a Section 3 and you got it removed. Do you want to chat about that a little bit?
Yeah, got a Section 3. So that was fun. So I had that for like 3 weeks, which wasn't ideal. I tried loads of different things to try and fight it. Nothing I did really worked, to be honest with you. And in the end, I ended up getting the account recovery guy to get him sorted. And yeah, he's managed to get it sorted out the same day. So that's been really good. And I've actually been able to start spending some money now. So yeah, very happy with that.
Very cool. Glad to hear it. When you're experienced, Section 3s aren't as stressful, I would say, in comparison to people who are new. But what they are is they're a lot more disruptive, aren't they? Like you haven't been able to spend money on stock for ages because of the risk level that would have been involved if you did.
Yeah, like the Section 3 itself, I was never that stressed about because I know where I buy my products from. I know they're legit. Like I've got no issues with that in the slightest. So I know I'll beat it. It's just a matter of when. And then it's just, everything else, it just makes a huge difference. Like just not being able to buy anything for ages has been a real problem, and it's cost me so much money. Like my sales have just been non-existent for the last couple of weeks. It's been it's been a struggle, and that's the biggest problem with it all. But yeah, as I said, I didn't have any reservations about getting it sorted. It was just a matter of when, really.
Harry on TikTok said, "Hi, what's the common mistakes in FBA 08?" Really good question. Welcome to the live, mate. Common mistakes are not starting with enough money. You need to start with a certain amount of capital. We reckon at least £1,000. More is better. Buying loads and loads of different softwares. You should only get Keeper and SellerAmp SaaS. Those are the only two you need in the beginning. You can try retail arbitrage and you can do online arbitrage. That's absolutely fine. Don't get into wholesale unless you've got £15,000 to £20,000. Genuinely, it's just too competitive. So that's a really common mistake. People try to dive into wholesale way too soon. Pick one or two sourcing strategies. So storefront sourcing, email newsletter sourcing, manual sourcing, whatever it is, pick one or two and get really good at them. And understand that this is kind of a mistake, but it's also a misconception. Understand that this is a skill. It is a skill that you develop over time, repetitions. You don't go into it and you can't just go into it and know everything on day one. It is going to take you time. You're not going to know anything in the beginning, and you're not going to have any data in your database, which you do need to build up. So just be aware that when you go into it, it's going to be hard. You're going to have ungating that you have to deal with. We have an ungated tool that can help you with that. And as long as you're consistent and you push through the hurdles, it is very, very profitable. And obviously, we're here on these live calls to help you as well.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what you just said. I think the main one is just don't overcomplicate it. A lot of people, try and massively overcomplicate it, to be honest with you, and it doesn't need to be overly complicated. The process of it is very simple and very basic, and I think just starting is you're going to learn so much when you just start. Like if you're going to sit on the sidelines for ages and just try and learn every single thing about it, you're just going to delay yourself, and it's just longing out the process. You're best off just starting straight away, and then seeing what happens and learn as you go, to be fair.
Yeah, 100%. I thought I had another question, but it's just TikTok terms. Right, let me just find the thingy. So, Sam, do you want to? Maybe it's a better time to talk about this a bit later. But at 11:24, you sent a message to our mentorship server. Do you want to talk a bit about that in this live when there's a few more people in it, or do you want to keep that hush hush?
No, I'll talk about it. I think I'm buzzing for it. I'm actually so excited for it. It's something I've spoken about like ages and ages and ages ago, and it just, to be honest, like there's a few things I wanted to do in the Discord group, and one of them I've now actually actioned, and that got put in place last week, and that was a bot which scans all of my newsletter emails, and it will notify everyone in the Discord group, the mentorship Discord group, whenever a good deal is available, and whenever a retailer has got a good deal, whether that's through a discount code or a certain percentage off for certain categories or whatever that is, that now gets sent into the Discord group so everyone can see whenever there's good deals around. So we wanted to do that for ages, and I finally got that sorted out. And I also wanted to do the other thing, which I'll go through. But I guess the delay with it, I always assumed it would need someone like Cal's, obviously the developer for SellerSpot. I always assumed it would be him who needed to do it just because of what's involved and stuff like that. But in reality, with Claude and everything these days, stuff like that is actually super simple to do. And you just ask Claude 10,000 different questions, and it will generally just provide you with whatever you need to do. But the second thing, which I am super buzzing about, so it's a channel dedicated to our own AI bot, where you can ask a question in that channel, and the AI bot will respond almost immediately with a detailed answer of exactly what needs to be done in that situation and explain the situation for you. It will then link certain documents and resources which we have in the mentorship to try and help out with that process if there's a document or resource there. But yeah, it's so good. You can literally ask anything. Like you can ask it, I don't know, what do I do with unfulfillable inventory, or what do I do with stranded inventory, or my shipment hasn't arrived and I sent it a week ago. What do I do? Like this, there's honestly so many different questions, and it will give you a detailed answer. And it's going to take a while to sort out and actually finalize. I need to tweak a lot of the information, and this isn't just like a generic AI tool like you would just chuck into Claude and ChatGPT or something, where it's just going to scour the internet and thousands of different articles and Reddit and all that sort of stuff and just give you some sort of generic AI answer. Like the AI tool I've got is trained on specifically every single thing we teach in the mentorship. So it knows every question we've asked in the Discord, every question that's been answered. It knows all of our documents, our resources. It's got transcripts for all of our course videos, transcripts for every single live call we've done in the group. So yeah, it's got everything, and it doesn't go off the internet. It goes off a knowledge base which I've built around the whole mentorship in the Discord and what I've learned over the last sort of 5 years selling on Amazon. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm pretty buzzing with it, and I am really looking forward to get started.
Yeah, it's something we've had in the works for a long time to build, haven't we? So it's really good to finally get it going.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, very excited to get it going, and it's going to take me a while just because I need to do all the transcripts and stuff for the videos, and I need to tweak the the actual knowledge base and make sure it's relevant to what we teach and aligns with everything we do. But yeah, once it's ready, it'll be very exciting, very good, and it'll just free up a lot of time for everyone as well. Like, people will ask me or JB a question, and it might take, I don't know, half an hour, 2 hours to get back, just depending on the time of day. Like we tend to actually get loads of questions around even like midnight, 1 a.m. We get loads of questions. Obviously, we're not around then, so they always have to wait until the morning to get an answer. Whereas with this AI bot, you can literally just ask the chat bot, and it will just give you a detailed answer. So instead of waiting an hour or plus to get an actual response, you get it immediately, and you can just crack on with whatever you're doing, and it's it's going to be super helpful.
Yeah, really excited for that. Heavyweight in TikTok has said, are there times you lose profit doing FBA? Yeah, absolutely. Every business model has the potential to lose money. So with Amazon, one of the hardest things is the saturation on listings that does happen. It's a supply versus demand thing. So as the supply of a product goes up, the sellers on the listing compete with price, and that goes down. So you as the seller can decide to hold your stock until the price recovers, or you can sell your stock at break even or a slight loss to get your cash flow back and buy other stock that hopefully works. And the more advanced you get as a seller, the more of a database you have, the better skills you develop with it, the less likely you are to run into those hurdles all the time. One of the reasons arbitrage is so good is because you spread your risk by buying lots of different ASINs. Let's say you buy 40 ASIN. Well, a lot of people are beginners. Let's say you buy 20 different products, 2 of them tank. You've got 18 that are profitable. It's the exact same concept. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Shark Tank. When investors invest in businesses, something like 80% of them don't succeed, but the 20% that do succeed by far more than make up for all the losses. And on a much smaller scale, that's kind of like how arbitrage works. You buy and resell existing brands, hopefully for a profit. Sometimes they tank. Even if they do tank, though, depending on the sales per month, you can just wait for the sellers to sell out and wait for the price to bounce back. And we use Keeper and SellerAmp SaaS to do all of the product analysis before you buy the product. And that will also determine the data that you get in those 2 softwares will determine if you hold on to your stock or if it's better to just cut your losses and get your cash flow back. So it can happen. It can happen in any business model. One of the reasons we like Amazon so much is it genuinely is actually very beginner friendly as a business. They handhold you through most of it. They do the prep for you. They do the customer service for you. All the things that take up your time, they handle. Where it's complicated is that Amazon is massive. It's very compliance heavy. It's impossible for one person to know everything perfectly, but that's where we can come in. We can help you navigate the tricky waters with it, because competition is a lot less than it used to be because it's kind of fallen out of fashion, but the platform as a whole is growing. So it's really, really damn good. I noticed Hurricane 11 said, what can someone translate to English, please? Sam, tell this nerd what's up. Ha 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 ha. What's up? Do we know who that person is?
I have no idea, mate. No.
And then some other bellend said, no one's going to watch you effers. Well, you say that, but you commented and you watched. So thank you, my friend. Thanks for the engagement. I appreciate you. Love you long time. Lulu, where do you sell unsold stock should this happen? Very good question. So eBay, Vinted, Facebook Marketplace, car boot sales, but they are pretty rough. People want to buy something for nothing at car boot sales. eBay and Vinted is a big one. You could also run PPC ads on Amazon to try and get them shifted, but you have to be careful there because you can eat into your margins very, very quickly. You can also sell them in Discord communities. So we used to have a channel where people could list their stock and try and sell it to other people. We actually took it away because no one was using it. Recently, we've had quite a lot of people asking if they can list their stock in the server. If you're going to do that, you have to be very careful, though, because Amazon is more and more frequently requesting supply chain information. So if you're buying your stock from a third-party seller, you run the risk of buying fake, inauthentic products, and that is a surefire way to get your account in trouble. So, those are some options. Sam, did I miss any?
No, I think eBay, Vinted, and the main ones, to be honest with you. And like you say, other sellers, but you want to be careful with that. But yeah, car boot sales, don't know, it depends. If you value your time and value your life and stuff, then I'll probably avoid, to be honest with you. But yeah, the other ones you mentioned sound, yeah, it's about right.
Yeah, I did a car boot sale once and I realized what a gigantic waste of time it was because I had £1,000 worth of Gucci perfumes and the best offer I got for them was £10 for the whole lot. He was like, I'm guessing you wouldn't take 10 quid for all of it. And I literally just responded like, are you joking, mate?
Yeah, it's painful. Car boot sales are painful. It's just like, to be honest, it's like Facebook Marketplace invented in real life, but probably actually worse than that. Vintage, you get some people who really, really take the mick.
Yes, right. Sorry. So where was the last question? TikTok keeps jumping on my side. It's so frustrating. Heavyweight as well. Welcome to live as well. I don't recognize your name. Josh Hames. Hey man, give me a brief on your prep fees. Heard of another seller saying you are great. That's really good to hear. Thank you very much. A nice little segue to say that we have about 180 positive reviews with no negatives as a company so far. We've been going for about 2 years. And we have an amazing community. So whoever said that to you, thank you very much to them. Yeah, so our prep, you can go to our website. Our website is sellersmart.io, and then at the end of that, you can go to the tab that says Prep Smart, and the fees are transparently listed on the site. So I'm just bringing it up my side. So it's a scalable pricing model. So you pay a subscription, which is $29.99. The reason for that is we are the only prep center in the UK that has automations in our prep service that we do, because Cal, who is one of the owners in the business, he's our developer and he's built an incredible back-end system. So the subscription helps pay for that because it does actually cost us a little bit of money. But what it saves you is a massive amount of time. So you're not doing any manual data entry. As soon as you export the lead from SaaS, it goes straight to our system. You just tell us how much you buy. We've got automated order updates. We've got great communication with the team. We've just expanded to a bigger unit and I haven't even been there yet. I'm very, very excited to go there, but because I just had a baby, I haven't been able to make my way up there. But pricing wise, if you're doing anything from 500 to 999 units, it's 45p plus VAT. 1,000 to 2,500, 40p, 2,500 plus is tailored pricing. All of the pricing is ex VAT as it's a business. So if you're a VAT registered seller, obviously you can claim that back. And then there's other things like oversized, high value products will be charged a little bit more to cover the insurance. And jump in a call with us. It's an amazing prep service. I need to double check this. I don't believe we've ever lost a client. If you guys, I'm really excited to show you how we were operating before, because our system is so good. We were able to operate in a really small space with a high client list. I think we got to 50 clients before we moved. And now we've got a much bigger space. The efficiency is just so much better. We've gotten team members now who've been in the team for a while now, and they're so passionate. They absolutely love what they do. We love them. They're incredible. And yeah, we've been really excited to see the growth because it's very expensive to run a brick and mortar in the UK, to run a physical warehouse location in the UK. It's very expensive. So it was very exciting for us to expand into the new place. And to be honest with you, we think we're probably going to outgrow it very quickly, but we've got all the processes in place to move to a bigger unit very easily. Brockwell said, hello guys, how are you, my friend? Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you. How's things? How's your Amazon? Right, thank you. Ouch. I don't know the context of that one. Wiggles Pet Store. Do you know much about KYC verification issues some sellers have been having? So you're talking about private label. What we teach is wholesale and arbitrage, which you don't really have know your customer verification issues in this model. So I don't feel comfortable advising on it because I've never done it myself. Sam, you know anything about that?
No, I've never had to do anything about it, to be honest, so I'm not really sure, mate.
Yeah, sorry about that. We don't really do private label. Sam did a private label test a little while ago and it went disastrously because of safety documents. I've been saying for a long time I'm going to do it in the background, but I've just been too busy with life and with Seller Smart. So I will plan to do it eventually, but haven't started yet. Brockwell says he's living the dream. It's going well. I just need more money to spend. That is a really, really good little bit of backing to something I say in these lives all the time. In the beginning, your biggest trouble is finding leads because you don't know how to do it yet. But your problems eventually change, and you get to a point where you find loads of leads, but you don't have enough money to buy them. And when you get to that point, it's a better problem to have, but it's a way more frustrating problem to have because you feel like you're leaving money on the table. But Brockwell, it sounds like you're doing really good, man. Congratulations, well done for getting over that first hurdle and getting to that level.
Yeah, definitely, it's good. Kind of a good problem to have.
Oh, okay. So KYC verification for business verification. Sorry, I meant to say, right, business verification. Yeah, it has. So I don't know what Amazon changed probably in the last 3 months. When loads of newbies have been registering their business, they're almost automatically getting Section 3 violations. That's something we've been seeing a lot. A lot of people panic when they get that, but all it means is you need to jump in a call with Amazon, show them that you're a real human, show them your ID, and follow the process that they send you. And every single time we've seen people have been able to get through it without any headaches. I think Amazon is trying really hard to contest the fake sellers on the platform. So that's why the verification issues have popped up. But it should be pretty straightforward. As long as you prove that you're a human and that you're not breaking any rules, then you should be fine.
Yeah, that's. I didn't realize you meant that, but yeah, we've had a few people in the mentorship who've gone through that recently, and it's all pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. Not any issues, so it's not something I would stress about, to be honest.
I just noticed all you lovely people on Instagram. I just noticed your comment. Sorry about that. Would you recommend having multiple emails for communications to supplier, invoicing, ordering, discount notifications for organization? When you say supplier, I'm going to assume you're talking about wholesale or maybe private label. No, multiple emails is not efficient. You just need to organize your mailbox. So with Google Mail, you can have labeling. With Microsoft, you can use subfolders. You just need to organize your emails, and you can even, to be honest with you, you can use Claude and you can create automations to automatically define labels. I've got a system myself, but yeah, if you use Gmail, which most people use Gmail, just use labeling. Come up with a labeling system.
Again, it depends if you're doing like away or whatever. So I have multiple emails addresses, but they all have their own sort of purpose. Like I have one email address which is purely for my Seller Central. So anything Seller Central related goes into that one, and I know it's Amazon related if I ever get emails into that email address. I got another email address which is all for anything business purchasing sort of related. So all of my accounts with, I don't know, John Lewis, Boots, Currys and all that, they're all set up with this one email address. So any emails I get in there is generally going to be related to an order I've placed. That's where the order confirmations go, tracking information, invoices, everything like that. And then I've got another email address which is purely for newsletters. And so whenever I sign up to a new retailer newsletter, then it gets straight into that email address there. But that's about it in terms of my email addresses. Is just the three, and then sort of I've got like sub email addresses within them as well for various other things. But yeah, three sort of main ones.
Mm-hmm. Sam said, I've inboxed the coach, but no response. I'm looking for somebody to teach me FBA wholesale. I've just let our team know who manage our direct messages. I've let them know to check Instagram. I don't know why no one's responded to you. I'll follow up about that and try to find out why. Apologies for that. Thank you for joining. But yeah, we primarily focus on arbitrage, but we do teach wholesale as well. We have wholesale relationships in our mentorship, but I think we're probably going to be scaling that back or trying to find other suppliers soon because recently it hasn't been that good. Sam and I are going to be doing a lot more brand direct stuff in the in the mentorship very soon because we do think that's the direction Amazon's going. It's just finding time to do it. We should probably set a date to start that, shouldn't we, Sam?
Yeah, we should. I don't know when that's going to get started. It's going to have to be from October onwards, I think, though.
Yeah, probably. That's how busy we are.
Yeah.
You said, thank you, I'm open to other methods. Awesome. It kind of depends on your capital, to be honest. Where are you going to be? You're going to be over there. Yeah, it kind of depends on your capital. If you have less than 15 to 20,000 pounds, then I would just do arbitrage. If you have 15 to 20k, then going into wholesale straight away is a really good idea. Arbitrage is a really fantastic way to learn how Amazon works, build up your cash, use it as a cash machine, and then invest that money into wholesale. If that's the direction you want to go. And there's loads of perks to arbitrage that you can't get with anything else. So in our mentorship, we have a cashback and reward system that you can't find online because we built it ourselves. And you can genuinely make 1,000 to 2,000 passively, depending on the amount of money you spend on stock, just from cashback and rewards. And Sam is a really good example. Sam takes his family on holiday multiple times per year and doesn't ever pay for flights because of the cashback and reward strategy. So arbitrage has some really good perks to it, other than the obvious profit.
Yeah, the perks are fantastic. Absolutely love it.
Amanda said, your hair. Amanda, I have not slept in weeks and I've not had a chance to go get a haircut. Yes, I know I look like a tit. I know, I understand. It's priorities. Brandon has just joined the live on TikTok, says hello. Hello, mate. How are you getting on? How's things?
Hello, mate. How you getting on?
Sam on IG said, I have 2k, so I'm way off. Yeah, so unfortunately, wholesale, I'm not going to say you can't get into wholesale with 2k. You absolutely can. I just don't think you should. You are competing with people with a lot more money than you, a lot more capital. So even if you find leads, other people can just outbid you and get them a lot cheaper. And it's really hard to find leads at 2k. You do need a lot of capital with wholesale. So arbitrage, $2,000, you can get started with that no problem at all. And you can do very well. It gives you enough money to pay for your expenses, learn how it works, learn the skills, and make enough profit to reinvest and grow. Really, like, it seems like an obvious thing, but I just want to say it. You don't want to start a business, have £150 worth of expenses every month, and then only make £150, because you're not going anywhere with that. You're just spinning the wheel. And like, I guarantee you're going to be losing money in the long run, because you're going to have returns. You're going to have leakage that eats into your margin. So you need to keep your expenses low and make enough profit that you can reinvest that profit and keep scaling and growing. And we've got a really good Claude prompt in our free Discord community that gives you a rough understanding. If you start with a certain amount of money and you spend all of it on stock, you reinvest your profit back onto stock, and you recycle your cash every 4 to 6 weeks. It gives you a really good estimation of how you can forecast out your growth, depending on how much time you put into it. It was very accurate for my experience with my first year, but I was working on it full time. I know not everyone can do that. Most people are working a career job whilst they do this. So you just have to be kind of realistic about what you can accomplish based on your level of money that you're putting into it and the level of time that you have to add to it. Tommy Red on YouTube said, hi, welcome, Tommy. Thank you for joining the live. Sam said, I've just read mixed opinions regarding proof of purchase doing RA in terms of authenticity receipts, if that makes sense. It makes complete sense. So we do online arbitrage. So retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, the only difference is with retail arbitrage, you actually go to the physical store. So I would go to the Smiths, I would go to the Boots. Online arbitrage is I just go on my web browser and I go online. Retail arbitrage, very good. You can make very good money. I don't think it's scalable. And you can't use the receipts to get ungated. You can use them for authenticity complaints. When people get rejected because of them, it's just because Amazon's processes are really bad and you have to keep reapplying, but you can use them absolutely. Retail arbitrage is a massive business model with Amazon. With online arbitrage, you want to buy from suppliers that give you VAT invoices and you can use them for ungating. And in our experience, what we've been testing is people who do online arbitrage have fewer headaches than people who do wholesale, because a lot of the time you're buying from wholesale suppliers that won't prove supply chain if Amazon requests that information. Whereas with online retailers, Amazon knows Boots are buying legit stock. Amazon knows that the entertainer is buying legit stock. So you just don't have as many headaches. That's how it is right now. The marketplace is always changing and adapting. So if that changes with time, obviously we'll let you guys know. But that's what we've been seeing in our mentorship for the last probably a year now, I would say.
Yeah, pretty much, mate. Since the start, really.
And Amanda has switched platforms to say dad hair. Yeah, dad hair. A little bit of Beatles at the moment, I think. Brandon said, lost my abs 2 days into a holiday and VA found me 375% ROI leads, so it works. Okay, if you haven't lost your abs in day 2 of a holiday, is it actually a holiday? And 3 leads for 75% ROI is really, really good. I'm very happy to hear that. It's good to know that you're finding time to buy stock as well. Good job.
He's always finding these bangers, Brandon.
Yeah.
Whenever I speak to
he's
him,
good, isn't he?
he's got endless lists of just these super high ROI deals.
Brockwell, I'm mad. Another Amazon account completely separate to my selling one yesterday for A to A, but they banned. Do your VAs come fully trained? Brockwell, that is a really fast way to get your account banned. And I mean your primary account. You need to be really, really careful. You are not allowed to have multiple Amazon you're not allowed to have multiple Amazon seller accounts without Amazon's explicit consent through written consent. They have to email you giving you permission. So you would never do it. You would never do arbitrage on one account and Amazon to Amazon on another. That doesn't make any sense. Just do them both on the same account so that you can grow the stats on one account. Amazon to Amazon and OA basically fit into the same strategy. It's the same thing. You should do both of them if you're doing Amazon to Amazon. The only reason you would have 2 or more separate Amazon accounts is if you have a private label brand and you want to start a completely separate private label brand. That's the only time Amazon will allow it. So the fact that only the second account got banned, you got very lucky there. Because if you have to get help from our account recovery guide, that's a very expensive problem to fix because it's very time consuming. So I'm glad that you're okay. But yeah, just be really careful. Don't ever create multiple seller accounts.
Was it definitely seller or was it buyer he was talking about?
He said, I made another Amazon account completely separate to my selling one yesterday for A to A, but they banned.
Sounds like a buying thing though, right? If he's doing it for A to A.
I said, no, not seller. Okay, fair enough. I misread that. Right. So yeah, what you need to do, you should be able to have 1 Amazon business buying account and 3 personal buying accounts. If you created your first account and they banned it straight away, that could be a matter of calling Amazon support and saying, why did you close the account? I'm a real human. What you're doing isn't disallowed. You are allowed to do that. So don't ever feel like you're breaking the rules and you can't contact support. You can just call Amazon support and show them you're a real human and say, I created this account yesterday, but it got closed, and they'll verify you and they should reinstate it. And as I say, you should be able to have 3 personal buying accounts and 1 business buying account. That's the max before they start to cancel orders.
Yeah, definitely. And also, if you're setting up new Amazon accounts, you obviously said this one got sort of closed out straight away, but you need to be careful with them. Like, you need to warm them up. Don't just set up a new account and then just spam shitloads of orders, because it's just not going to it's not going to work in your favor. Like, you need to warm it up, treat it as if you're a normal person buying normal everyday things, and then slowly increase the spend more and more as you go. But yeah, warming it up is super important at the start.
Yeah, Brockwell, you've just asked me, can I have 1 seller account, business account, and 2 buyer accounts? If you go into our free Discord community and you go to the community tab, if you go to the community chat, check the pinned messages. I've pinned a message in the community chat explicitly showing how to do Amazon to Amazon buying accounts. People get really confused with it, but honestly, it's really simple. You have your seller account, which is 1 email address. You have 3 buying accounts, which are 3 separate email addresses. And you have your business buying account, which is another address. So it's 5 email addresses. And you never, ever use your selling account email address to buy stock, because if your buying account gets closed and it's associated to your seller account, that closes both of them. And again, it's a very expensive problem to solve. So it's really simple. Just have different email addresses per account and do it that way. You asked, do our VAs come fully trained? Brandon, can you confirm, did you get a VA from us? Can you confirm that? And yes, Brockwell, our VAs. Okay, well, there you go. Good little shout out to our service then. Recruit Smart is the virtual assistant recruitment element of our business. we find VAs with 2+ years of experience. We train them on our own internal training. We vet them. We interview thousands of people, and we place the highest performing virtual assistants. We have a very we have a very strict criteria, so it's very hard for someone to pass that. That's why we only have positive reviews for it. We have a very low swap out rate. I think the industry standard is about 45, and our current swap out rate is less than 5, maybe 5 to 10%. I'm gonna have to check with Reese to make sure it hasn't changed. But yeah, it's really good. People are very happy with the VAs they hire from us.
Are you sharing one with Lewis and the mentorship? Both sharing.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, no problem at all, mate. No problem at all. So in the community chat, I can't see it. Yeah, go to community chat. And do you know on Discord, there's an option in the top right to click pinned messages. If you click that, it's the top pinned message. It says rules for A to A accounts. So you could also search rules for A to A accounts, and it will come up there. I can just read through it right now, but last time I did that, people got really confused. If anyone wants me to do that, just let me know and I'll do it.
It's super straightforward. Amazon account, just use a new email address which doesn't relate to your Seller Central email address. That's essentially it. If you want an Amazon account, that's fine. Just it cannot have the same email address as your Seller Central account. It really doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. All card details can be the same, addresses can be the same, numbers can be the same. Like it doesn't matter. The only thing you need to worry about is the email address cannot match what the Seller Central email address is. Everything else is kind of irrelevant.
Brockwell, you said you found it and you'll do it on your own time. No problem at all, mate. Thank you very much. Sam also said, oh, I see. Doing OA, are you limited with stock? How much would you know how much stock they have to keep buying? So OA, I see what you're saying. The message was kind of tricky to read, but I see what you're saying. So arbitrage is like at Sam's level, right? Sam does 2 million a year on Amazon. 95% of the leads he buys are new leads. They're not replens. So that just goes to show you how many opportunities are out there, because there are people who scale arbitrage to 4 or 5 million a year. Your order limits are going to be based on the prerequisites of the product. Are you ungated on it? And if you are, if you aren't, do you need 10 or do you need 100 units? Because if you need 100 units, you might need to buy a cheap ungate from somewhere else. You make your quantity purchase decisions based on the listing. So I'm going to try to verbally explain this as easy as I can. It's so much easier to explain with like visually showing it, but because we're on multiple platforms, I can't do that. So say you find a product listing that sells 100 times a month, right? There are 9 sellers on the listing that are selling at buy box price, which means those 100 sales are rotating around those 9 sellers. If you join the listing, you would be seller number 10, which means on average, you should be expecting to make 10 sales per month, 100 divided by 10. It's not perfect. It doesn't always work like that, but it is an estimation that you can do to figure out your test buys. So when you're buying your first lead, you might buy 10, 20, 30, depends on the sales per month, depends on your capital. You really need to be sure that you're not over leveraging yourself on one brand, because problems can come up. So let's say you've got £1,000, you don't want to spend more than 5 to 10% of that money. Well, let's just say you don't want to spend more than 5 to 10% of your capital per brand, just in case something goes wrong with it. You know, you might get an IP violation. You might have misread the keeper chart. You might have found a lead that was really easy to find and other people have found it too, which means the price has dipped. You want to spread your risk as much as possible by buying lots of different things.
Brandon said, why don't you overstock heavy on leads with the capital you work with? What makes you think I don't do that? That's exactly, when you get to a certain level, that's exactly what you want to do. And it's not just overstock on like every lead. You need to be super selective and careful with which leads you want to overstock. Like if the listing sells quite a lot per month, then that's a good opportunity to tend to try and overstock a little bit. If the product in the deal is a super high ROI, then that is a great a great reason to overstock. So it's mostly those two things really, the speed of selling and then the ROI. They're the two most important things which which I look at. And I've just looked at the time and I've got a notification. I've got a call now, so I need to go.
Oh, that's a shame. That was a quick one.
I didn't realise I have a mentorship call, so I do need to shoot off straight away.
All right, no worries. Sam said, fantastic, no problem at all. Brockwell said, Antonio on TikTok, I saw go into 4.3 million last 12 months. I don't know, Antonio. Who's that?
I do know Antonio. Yeah, he does. He does quite well. All right, I need to go, so I will speak to you later. Sorry for the abrupt ending.
That's all right. I'll catch you later. Yeah, so it's very scalable. Retail arbitrage, I said this earlier, retail arbitrage is really good to learn the ropes and to get high return on investment products when you just get started. But from day one, I really wanted to focus on things that I could scale. Arbitrage and wholesale is way more scalable than retail arbitrage because, you have to go out and drive around and buy those products. In the US, it's an entirely different thing. Retail arbitrage is scalable like crazy. There are some people in the US who do 8 to 9 figures a year, I think, with retail arbitrage. It's nuts. It's just a completely different market. Right, guys, actually, I'm going to use this opportunity. I'm going to go and record a bunch of content today. Drop me a DM. Let me know in the comments of our socials videos, what content would you like to see that's really helpful? Because I've got my friend is now going to be my videographer. He's going to help me out with recording. So if there's anything you want to see in our content that helps you learn, and I mean YouTube as well, I'm going to do a lot more YouTube educational videos around Amazon. So if there's anything you want to see, drop us comments in the DMs, drop us comments in the Discord community, send me a DM. I would say don't do it in the comments of this live because we'll lose them after we end it. But yeah, just let us know. The more you guys engage with our content, it helps us push it out to more people, but it helps us understand what you need to see as well. So if you have any ideas for content, please do let me know. Thank you for joining today. I'm not sure I'll go live tomorrow, probably be Wednesday. I'll see how I get on. A bit of a quick one today because I was coming back from paternity leave, just getting into the swing of it. But yeah, have a good day, guys. Thank you for joining. We have a free Discord community. We have a prep center, virtual assistant recruitment. We've got a software that everyone in our mentorship has access to. We've got group and one-to-one coaching. It's very, very good. Really amazing community in there. And we have an account recovery expert if you guys have issues with your account. Thank you ever so much for joining today, guys. Have a good one, and I will see you later.